Hey everyone, Isaac Brooks here with another video, and today can be going over my predictions for WWE Royal Rumble 2026. Now, if the audio on this video sounds a little different than the last video, it's because I'm using my laptop to record this and not my phone. So, and fittingly enough, the last video that I recorded on this laptop and last video I recorded until the one I uploaded a couple of days ago was the results for Survivor Series War Games 2024. So it's definitely been quite some time. So with all that said, let's get into the predictions. And have 4 matches to go over. Not sure if that's going to be the actual amount on the card or not. But knowing how the new regime under Triple H usually books pay-per-views with a shorter match card, that's probably about it. And the Rumbles are usually pretty long anyway, so the 2 Rumbles and 2 other additional matches should be just fine. Alright, so first one I have here, one that I feel like is just drenched in controversy. AJ Styles versus Gunther. And if AJ loses, he must retire. Now, seen a lot of people say, or quite a few people say, including current World Heavyweight Champion CM Punk, it'll be a bit too soon. Especially, a bit too soon after John Cena's retirement back in December at Saturday Night's Main Event, to have Gunther once again retire a legend in the wrestling business. I mean, you already mentioned John Cena last year, Goldberg either that same year or year before. So in case it's not already obvious, I'm going to predict that after a very brutal back and forth match between the two, and times that looks like Gunther will retire another legend. AJ Styles will, by the skin of his teeth, defeat the Ring General and keep fighting until the end of the year. Then he can retire into the sunset. Right off in the sunset. Retire peacefully. For the most part. So, yeah. Next match I have here. Number one contender, Sami Zayn, after winning the Fatal 4-Way at the last Saturday Night's Main Event, in that Fatal 4-Way featuring Randy Orton, Trick Williams, and Ilya Dragunov, to have the right to face current WWE undisputed champion Drew McIntyre. Now this one definitely has some stakes to it, other than the WWE title, of course. I'm sure they're gonna beat this point to death during the build-up for this match. But Sami Zayn has yet to not only be a world champion outside of NXT or the Independents, but he's also never beaten Drew McIntyre one-on-one. So that could be reason for Sami to right that wrong, if you want to call it that. I probably would. And beat Drew and become WWE champion. But have a feeling that where Drew just recently won the title from Cody on that episode of SmackDown and 3 Stages of Hell, he's not going to be losing anytime soon. So, with all those reasons being considered, going with Drew McIntyre to retain and at least hold the title until at least WrestleMania. And then we got the Women's Royal Rumble match. And I'm sure with it being in Saudi Arabia, another reason as to why Sami could win, because connections with that. The Saudis will have convinced WWE to have some sort of surprises for not just the Women's Rumble, but the men's as well. Whether that be like I don't know, Kelly, Lita, Molly Holly, Mickey James, Michelle McCool, anyone like that for the women's side of things. It's possible. But this video isn't about that. It's about who I think is going to win the Rumble. And I think, kind of tying it into those surprise returns, I think Bianca Belair will make her return at maybe like somewhere in the 20s, maybe. And win the match and punch her ticket to the main event of WrestleMania. And challenge either Stephanie Vauquer, if she's still champion by WrestleMania, or the match that people have been wanting for quite some time. I mean, ever since Jade Cargill first joined WWE, have Bianca challenge her for her championship, and that'll be one of the main events of WrestleMania, whether that be night 1 or night 2. It'll probably more likely be night 2, if anything, or night 1 rather. So, yeah. And then finally, the men's Royal Rumble match. And much like with the women's, like I already kind of said, there will be some surprise entrances, most likely, in the match from Legends Past and some NXT call-ups. I'm sure that'll be the case for both matches. Like, go back to the women's match for a little bit. Have someone like a Sol Ruka, even though she's not on NXT anymore, got called up to the main roster some time ago. Jordan Grace. Any number of them could be likely entrances into the Rumble. But for the men's side of things, you could have Enoba Femi, which I'm pretty sure he's already been confirmed for the match. Joe Hendry. Any number of those guys. And then for like returns for the Rumble, if he wasn't already under contract with WWE, I would say Matt Cardona, the former Zack Ryder. Could have Not sure how you would do it, but maybe have an appearance from Kane. Where he's been medically cleared for a while now, or at least according to rumors. Give Corey Graves a spot in the Rumble. Not sure about his cleared status, but could even have someone like a Wade Barrett in there. Then, of course, a lot of people are expecting Chris Jericho to return and be part of the Rumble. But there's a lot of conflicting reports on that, so could happen, might not. Just have to wait and see. But in terms of who I think is going to win the Rumble this year, I have two choices. One being the OTC Roman Reigns, or the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. And out of those two, which one do I think is more likely to win? Well, since Roman hasn't been on TV for a while, go figure, he might be a little less likely to win. Probably at least will be a runner-up. So, between those two, Cody's probably more likely of picking up the W and tie the record of most Royal Rumble victories with 3 with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Which I'm sure that's something WWE would like to do at some point. Have somebody tie with Austin. And if they have Cody Rhodes win the Royal Rumble, it could be him. But anyway, that's about it for this video. And for everybody that's watched my previous video explaining my absence and my plans for the channel going forward and all of that, I'd like to give a very heartfelt thank you for the support. Even the support that I got on the videos when I wasn't really in the right kind of mindset, or just didn't really care about anything at that point in time. So it means a lot to me. Anyway, should wrap up this video and so until then, till the next video, Size Brooks signing off. Bye-bye.